Hi everybody, welcome to Thea and Olaf. My name is Irene. With me is Olaf, our Samoyed doggy. So we all know that training a dog can be very difficult regardless of the breed, and we want to help you as dog owners in the process. So we have 3 tips to help you with training your dog. My first tip for you, especially if training has been a very frustrating journey, is to take a break from training altogether. I'm not saying to put off training indefinitely, but if it gets to the point where you're constantly getting frustrated, you're yelling at your dog, you're maybe forcing it to do things and it's not listening, then it's a time to just stop and revisit training for a later time in the day, or maybe the next day, or maybe a few days later. Instead, I would suggest just spending time with your dog, just playing with your dog, maybe just chilling and hang out with it, and then the training can come later. My second tip would be to set smaller, more manageable goals for you and your dog. So one example of this could mean with loose leash walking. So maybe by now you think my dog should be able to walk around the neighborhood without pulling or lunging, but instead it's just a frustrating experience. For that, I would say just do very, very baby steps outside. Maybe walking for you could mean just going for 1 block back and forth. And after your dog is better with that, focuses on you, then you add in another block and then another. So the goal is to make it very easy for your dog to be successful before they do the next milestone. Another example would be managing your dog's reactivity. So say anytime you go on a walk with your dog, they tend to lunge or bark at other dogs. What you don't want to do is to push through those interactions with other dogs. Instead, you want to take a step back and further the distance that your dog has with other dogs. And one great exercise for this is to take your dog to a dog park, not to play with other dogs, but to observe dogs at a distance. Once they are more comfortable, more calm at a distance, they can be slowly brought closer to other dogs. But the goal is to not force interaction with other dogs, but to slowly build up that calmness and then eventually bring them closer and closer to other dogs. Lastly, I want to say is stop comparing yourself to others. You may be thinking, oh, I've seen this other dog on social media who now travels the world, they now have this or that certification. And every dog is different. Just because your dog may not have the best behavior as you deem it, does not mean they are a complete failure in comparison to others. So if social media is kind of messing with your brain a little bit, I would say just take a break from it, just focus on you and your dog. My third tip is to seek help from a professional trainer. There are a lot of things that you can do on your own, but if you're struggling constantly with behavioral issues, I would say seek professional help as soon as you can. Don't wait till you're at wit's end. And I would say it's especially important because when it comes to group classes, say at puppy school, they tend to focus more on like basic obedience, which is like sit, stay, those type of commands. They're not as great for specific behavioral issues like excessive barking, pulling, or walks. So I would say a professional trainer is great for those circumstances. A professional trainer is great regardless of whatever training philosophy you follow. So there are always things that you can do better. So if you're someone who follows positive reinforcement only, there are ways maybe you are giving your treats to your dog in more of a coercive way where it's not actually rewarding them in the way that you want. Or maybe you have gotten a prong collar or e-collar for yourself, and maybe you try it out yourself, but I would still recommend seeing a trainer so that you use those tools effectively. So we all know that trainers cost a lot of money, but I would say it's an investment and it's worth it so that your dog's behavior improves and your relationship with your dog also gets better. So those are our 3 tips to help you and your dog in your training journey. These aren't earth-shattering revelations, nor are they quick fixes to improve your dog's behavior, but hopefully they're a source of encouragement to you and good reminders. And we'd love to hear more about your training experience with your dog. What are you struggling with? Are you working with a professional trainer? We'd love to hear your stories. So, as always, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.